There we are. Now we are. It's our wrap. We're down at the LIFT Expo in Toronto. I'm standing here with Trevor, and the man himself, Fabian, from MFT, Marijuana for Trauma, a group of folks who do amazing work with veterans. And I'm going to let Al have the mic and let you talk.
Let me talk? Well, we can all talk. We can all talk. Okay. We'll all jump in, all of us.
I was just talking about the meds that can be taken out of your life with cannabis.
Oh, for sure.
For post-trauma. I have a friend that works with the VA in the States, and we've just touched on it a little bit. I don't profess to know a lot about it, even though I do have post-trauma.
Well, why don't we start that with that, Fabian?
Sure.
Because it's been in the news lately about the costs and stuff like that, and more veterans are using cannabis as medicinal purposes. When it comes to that, are you finding that more and more vets are, like you're saying, plants, not pills?
Yeah. Let me start with a little bit of education that might be a bit much, but in the endocannabinoid system, in our brain, there's a drop in anandamide, and there's not a single pill on the planet that can replace that drop in anandamide, but THC heated up to a specific temperature replaces that receptor.
Nice.
So to say, is there any pharmaceutical specifically for PTSD? No. Is there a plant out there to replace the drop in anandamide from PTSD? Yes. So it's the right medicine for our specific injury. That's simple.
That's simple, exactly. And it's not that simple, but it's all nonsense. Yeah. Now, are you guys are obviously getting involved in discussions with the government, so if it was a pharmaceutical drug, they wouldn't be in the news complaining about the costs or anything like that. But if it's a benefit to the veterans, why should there not be? That shouldn't be an issue.
So they don't mind covering the cost of pharmaceuticals, which directly contribute to suicidal ideation. We've lost 158 veterans to the Afghan conflict, and we have surpassed that death toll in suicide by the same war. Alarm bells should go off in our country. Guys are suffering, taking the wrong medicine. I don't care what the cost is. They're talking about a $25 million spike. They spent over $1 billion in synthetics. I'm going to tell them there's a $900 million claim just for erectile dysfunction from the pills they put us on. I'm not even kidding you.
And that's suffering from the medication that's supposed to be helping them, but making life worse for them.
They wonder why families break up. They wonder why spouses and husbands break up. Exactly. Parts don't work. Pills are making you feel like a zombie, and stuff goes sideways.
Other than, so you're seeing obviously a benefit or improvement in people's lives that way, the veterans' lives, veterans who are using the cannabis. Are you seeing any of that bad effect, negative effect?
No, I'm absolutely not seeing any negative effect. There's nothing but positive coming from this. 80% reduction in SSRIs, spouses getting their husbands back, kids getting their dads and moms back, guys being able to be present again and be in their family's life. They're reconnecting with each other again. Now, there's more work than just a cannabis. That's just a symptom treater. It's not a cure, for our injury.
The drug trials and stuff, because I suffer with post-trauma, are hell. What you have to go through, and you could agree with me, when you're doing drug trials. I almost ran over my husband, and I'm not somebody that wants to kill anybody, but I put the car in reverse, and I wanted to kill him. It can make you do things that are not you, these pharmaceuticals.
They worry about what the effect of cannabis is on the brain, but the drugs themselves that they're giving people for your conditions, obviously.
What I can tell you is there's no specific pill for PTSD. So there's only a guess of antidepressants and antipsychotics like Seroquel, Abilify, Wellbutrin, Trazodone, Clonazepam. Take all these pills and hope for the best. That's not working.
Do they not look at it as the fact that the reduction in the pharmaceutical pills because of the cannabis? Sure, the dollar is going up, but then the other end, the benefit has to be that the pharmaceutical drugs are going down.
So let's ask the Auditor General to go ahead and do that investigation. Let's see the numbers you're saving. Let's see the less hospital visits, the less doctor visits, the less sickness that's happening.
Exactly, because that would help show and weigh the benefits of it. You know?
Also, you don't, because cannabis is water soluble. If you are having any type of feelings that you don't like from a strain of cannabis, you can eat and drink water and get rid of that feeling. Take pepper. But if you're having a reaction to a pharmaceutical, that's horrible, right? So, and that has to be counteracted with another pharmaceutical. And a lot of these veterans are not of good health. Their immune systems have been compromised, so their liver and kidneys do not need these pharmaceuticals introduced to the body.
Fabian, when you guys started with this, with the marijuana for trauma, were some people was there any skepticism to
Everybody. And I opened up next to the second biggest base in the Commonwealth and said, come have a look at what we're doing. When you look in and see what's happening, it's eye-opening.
I know Trevor's gone there, but I know I work directly with Trevor at the Trenton one, and they're hosting events and stuff.
It's just an option. It's a holistic option. It's an alternative to taking a different treatment. So some it works for, some it doesn't. And what's wrong with that?
Correct. And it improves the quality of life of those that it assists. Now, this office in Trenton, have you spread all the way across the country yet? Or?
We're in 6 provinces right now. Our next chapter opening is in Montreal on June 6th.
Nice.
In St. Luc. We'll be opening in PEI at the end of June. Winnipeg in August.
Yeah,
London
nice.
in August.
Nice. Well, watch yourself there. Well, microphone. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for talking to us. We have some friends. My joint host is Debbie Stoltz-Giffen.
Hey, Debbie. Hey, Marcel.
I'm sure she'll be calling someday.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Fabian.
Yeah, man.
Do you want to talk to Trevor as well?
Sure. Yeah, we'll talk with Trevor. Yes, we'll talk with Trevor. I want to talk to him about some of the local stuff. Let's see. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. I just had a picture sent to me of friends of ours earlier we were discussing. Debbie and Linda they had won 3rd place. The picture. That was a picture of them. They're doing award ceremonies.
Where's that?
I don't know. Okay, we're going to talk with Trevor. If we can find him, if we can get in there. If he's there. Or did he leave? Oh, there he is. Okay. A lot of people in here. A lot of people. It's just crowded. Oh, he's doing a video. Okay, we're going to watch him. Okay, we'll wander along. Trevor, we're going to talk with Trevor here. He's at the Trenton office for the Marijuana for Trauma. I want to talk to him about some of the stuff that they do locally for the vets and how they help them out there. But he's in the middle of doing a TV interview, so we will slide back and check him out. Oh, we're stretching out here. We're in an area that's just packed, and just trying to keep everybody together here. The cord's a little long, but we're doing good. Okay. Oh, I needed to go back to that trimmer guy. I had a request from a person in the audience, in the listener, was asking.
The trimmer guy.
I was asking some questions about him. About it. He want.
Everybody have a fun tonight, yeah!
Wow. I'm sure you can probably hear. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but we sure can. That is loud. Trying to see who that is. Well, we're up here by the stage. Oh, yeah. Okay, I just spotted the guy on the mic. Okay. Here we are. We gotta go up here.
Yes, Gary. Where are we going?
I just wanted to. I was just the trimmer guy. I had a question from somebody in the crowd. Oh, we can talk. We gotta
go do an interview with them.
All right. Well, hi, Jody. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I just gave a speech that I guess it fired me up. I was sweating bullets. So I was like, but no, I'm doing well.
I saw you on the news conference yesterday.
Yeah.
Give the chief some help.
Yeah, apparently I humiliated the chief of Toronto, so we'll see how that works out.
Well, everybody's right. Where's the victims?
Exactly, that is the question. Where are the victims? So
right?
if there has to be harm demonstrated before they can actually go and arrest people, and so they admitted they had no proof of harm, well then the only harm being done is by them, right? And they're only criminals, so-called criminals, because they continue to criminalize them. So it's nuts.
We'll let you go. You got another interview.
Oh yes, that's right. Oh, the most impressive booth. Ooh,
Thank you. Thank you for the words. We'll talk soon.
We'll see you later.
We'll see you later.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey, Di, good to see you.
Okay, that was Jody Emery. That was one of those spontaneous interviews we just never know what we're going to get, and that was one of them. That was good. Yeah. Okay. Here. All right, we're making our way back over to the trim guy. It's right there. They're right there in front of us. Okay. I got to see if we can find the guy that I interviewed. No. Okay, now the guy I interviewed isn't here. Hey, guys. I was in here interviewing a fellow from the Twister thing here earlier, and he talked to our listeners. We're live on the radio, okay? And we were talking about how all this works. I had somebody contact us, and the only question we didn't ask was, what's the cost?
The cost?
Yeah.
So one of these T2s is going to be about 12,500 Canadian dollars.
There you go, $12,500, and that's for one of them. So we're looking at $25,000 worth of trimming equipment.
For the 2 units, the conveyors are about 4,000 a piece as well. So you're looking at about 34,000, 33,000 around there.
There you go. I knew it was a monster.
Big expensive toy.
Yeah, but at a 400-pound harvest, you're going to spend 80,000 on trimmers. Yep. Whereas you purchase this for 40 grand, and you're going to save 40 grand your first harvest, including labor for that work.
So it pays for itself basically after the first harvest.
Depending on your size.
Right. Depending on how much you're harvesting. Wow. Okay. Well, I know it won't cover mine. Okay. Well, it was good talking to you. Thank you. Okay. Alrighty. There you go.
And I'm going to grab you for 1 second.
Sure.
And we're going to stop right here because I am on my way out.
You're on your way out? Okay.
I am on my way out. My ride is arriving in momentarily, and I have to get down out in front of this building. I have had a blast doing this tag team all around the expo this year. It's been fantastic, and for people that are listening, I will be out and about in the city tonight, and I'll be here for the weekend. So stop by and see us at the expo tomorrow again. I'll be floating around for a while.
Yeah, okay. Well, hey, thanks for the help, for being along and being part of this. I don't know whether we'll ever get another chance to do this, but
Hopefully we do. It worked out pretty cool. It was fun.
It did, exactly. And hopefully next time we can get those interviews in.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Hey, it's
We
been a
tried.
busy day for everybody.
Yes,
It's been a
it
busy
has
day.
been. Exactly, it's been very busy. I was just seeing all the people in here and doing the interviews, you know. So, okay.
Thanks very much, guys, and you guys enjoy the rest of the night, and maybe I'll see you around town tonight later on.
Maybe. Okay. All righty. All right. You gotta learn how to keep that mic closer to my mouth. I'm being told here too, and I've been told on Facebook. I'll get that mic closer to your mouth. yeah, that was during one of the breaks. That was good. Getting feedback from listeners. You know, try to include that and everything. Okay. Look, here we go. We got Jennifer from the Care Center. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you, Al?
I'm doing fine. How's your day been here?
Oh, the day here has been fabulous. We've been talking with a lot of other dispensary owners and members of the cannabis community who are a little upset with the recent actions by the police services, and we're all anticipating some more. Unfortunately, we don't think that this is over yet. The fight has just begun.
Yeah, the chief mentioned that they had already, that was the first phase, that there was still more ongoing, and that'd be that's terrible. Like they shut down 43. Like where are all these people going to go? They didn't seem to care at the news conference.
No, They're leaving a lot of patients without a safe access or any access at all. And unfortunately, it is going to go back to the black market, and it is going to go back to our parks and our street corners and all of those places, because the LPs aren't able to instantly supply that access and are still taking time to process people and not being able to provide things like edibles and extracts and things that the dispensary model has been providing for decades. And at the care center, we're going to continue that. We don't feel that it's fair that patients are left in this void. So we're going to continue to stay open and as much as we can, provide as much as we can for our patients.
That's what I was wondering. You're going to stay open? You got somebody watching around the corner just in case somebody comes.
Yeah, we're doing everything we can to keep our patients safe first and foremost, and at the same time make the things accessible that they do need. So if there is police action taken against us, we'll do everything we can to mitigate that, but also to still be there for our patients the next day and the day after that as well.
So I assume you received one of those letters as well? Yeah.
Those letters have gone out, I think, to almost every cannabis-related business, whether it be dispensary or a vapor lounge or even just a head shop.
Well, I know, like Vape on the Lake, I understood that they got one. It was posted on social media, and I went, hang on here, that's not a dispensary or anything.
They're simply allowing people who wish to consume cannabis to do so in a safe environment, and there's nothing wrong with that, and they're all adults, and we feel that this is definitely a blanket operation that is simply being done as a fear tactic. It's fear-mongering, and it's a miscarriage of justice, and we're very upset that the taxpayer dollar has been spent towards it as well.
Yeah, actually, I had read one report saying about $1 million to $2 million was spent to do this, and then yet the CFBA comes out with a poll showing that 75% of Toronto supports the dispensaries.
Absolutely. We have the majority of the public support, and the cost of that single day of raids, and then to have had them say that they plan on spending more taxpayer dollars on this same issue that is clearly a lower priority for most Canadians. Trudeau has said it's going to be legalized, and that is a big push as to why it's such a non-issue for many people. But until the government is actually following through with the access to Canadians that need it first and foremost, and then again to the people in Canada that simply want access to this product, everyone should have the right. And right now, the patients who do have rights are not having those rights upheld.
Yeah, exactly. Because people are obviously suffering now. There's already, I know there's some of the dispensaries weren't on that list of 43 that I read. The ones that were, I looked from the old school way of years ago. It wasn't even that long ago where there only seemed like there was 4 or 5 in this city, and nobody was all shh, where we are. And I worked with a lot of those people at different shows. And then now it's, some people have expanded on that, still do all their due diligence, but be a little more open on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you guys did your due diligence, and you were open about it.
Yeah, we wanted it to be something that the general populace could at least find out about. It's very hard to learn about cannabis as medicine if your doctor is not already informed, and it's very difficult to say Google cannabis as medicine and actually expect to find reliable information.
How's the chief commented about complaints from neighboring businesses and so on and so forth to your places? How was the businesses to you? Like as far as how was your association with them?
Well, the Care Centre is active on the Business Improvement Association. We are very friendly with our neighboring businesses, and we have had a very welcoming response from our community. Of course, there's always people that have a difference of opinion, and in Canada, we have a right to that difference of opinion. I don't think that a person's opinion should impact on the safety and well-being of the other members of that community. So I hope that the police continue to be mindful of the complaints of their communities, but also to take it into account that the general viewpoints and the needs of the many should outweigh the needs of the few.
Yeah, exactly. Because the chief mentioned during the news conference, like there were 60 or 70 complaints on a petition. Okay, so we went through all this because of 60 or 70 people maybe didn't like it. Yet there's so many thousands and thousands that benefit from it.
Indeed, it's a very sad use of our money as a city, and it's a very sad show of force by our politicians.
Yes, exactly. And I am seeing here today, paperwork. Al, you've seen the paperwork that's been handed out to support the dispensaries and everything. So, but, and you guys always have, a notice on your counter, basically on how you're operating under the Smith.
Yes, the Care Center operates under legislation provided by the MMAR program, which has been proven in court with the Allard and Smith documentation saying that patients have a right to extracts, derivatives, and that medical patients should have the right to access in the ways that they need to, be it through dispensary model or simply accessing one patient to another, which is our focus in peer networking and allowing patients to have that sense of empowerment within their community.
Face to face versus somebody on the phone. Phone doesn't really do it. Al, have you got any questions for Jennifer?
My feet are killing me. I don't have any questions for anybody at this point. We've been walking around for hours doing this. And we are live. We're live.
Well, I'm glad that everybody knows we're here, and I hope that the patients know that we support them and that we will continue to support them no matter what happens.
That's good. Well, thank you very much for doing this, and we'll make our way along. Thank you. Okay, there you go. This is Jennifer from the Care Center. It was actually I went to their grand opening. There's lots of chairs over here. Oh, Kelly's getting. Oh no, I don't drink coffee. We're at the Tweed booth here, and they're serving coffee. Oh, we're being waved over here. Oh yes, okay. Earlier when we were at the Vapor Lounge, Kim had an interview with Deb and Linda, and you guys were talking about you had entered in some product in the competition here, and right here in front of me now is their trophy. There it is. It's a glass trophy.
Ross will be mad.
Yes, we're going to take a picture here. Unfortunately, you can't see the picture on radio, but
I can't really see it.
There we go.
Put it in the chat. You'll see it.
He's gonna post that so that it can be seen online. Nice. It says LIFT Cannabis Expo, Toronto 2016, third place. Topicals DLA Topical is the manufacturer. The name of the whatever. Nice. Okay. So that's a pretty nice award there. You're gonna take it home. Okay, now that there's actually three of you involved in this. Okay, does that mean that it goes to each house for 3 months, 4 months? 4 months.
We're gonna sport it at BMA.
You're gonna leave it up at BMA. BMA.
We'll build a shelf at BMA and put it up there so everybody can see it.
Good. Every time you walk in the BMA Hydroponics, who, by the way, is a sponsor of the Pace Radio Show, we'll have that on display, and I'm sure that will be up there very proudly. Yes, they say. Yes. Sure, why not? If you do something like that, your peers, other people, choose your product blindly without knowing who produces it,
Been doing it that long either.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't. So, but hey, you guys start somewhere, and if you start right off the beginning with a trophy,
That's right. I mean, there's only one way to go, and that's up.
That's right. Yeah, second place or third or first, right? You only got 2 positions left to go. Good. So did they take pictures of you up there on stage and stuff?
Yeah, well, Remo, there were some pictures taken. Remo did the cast too, or videoed it. But there was Lisa from Women Who Grow hosted.
Lisa Campbell?
Yeah. hosted it. So, but there were a lot of people, unfortunately, because of what has been happening over the past couple of days, who were unable or who were afraid to accept their awards because of what's been going on in the city. So there were a lot of absentee awards.
Ah, really? Did you hear that now? A lot of absent people at the awards due to concerns and fears of the raids.
There were several dispensaries that were supposed to be here that didn't show up, as well as a lot of concern. It's very somber. It's almost like going to a funeral.
Well, there's a blanket all over everything that's happening with because of what's happened.
I came to 3 of the treating yourselves. The first one was great. Second one, third one, but the atmosphere is totally business.
That's right.
You can't even buy. You can't get products. You can't get. You would think that if you had a license and wanted to buy some cream, you could do that. At especially, but maybe they can't. Maybe they're bound.
I think there is some kind of in the contract with the convention center.
I know Marco got in trouble at first with the vaporizing because people were lighting up in there as well.
Oh yeah, they were lighting up, and not only were they lighting up, but they were using their torches for the dabs. So there was that fire hazard right there, right? But like we walked over there. There's nobody, no one checking, nothing. It's a free walk in, walk out. No. So it was interesting.
And we can't say who it is that's a dispensary, but they said that they were warned and that the LPs got in touch with them and said, give up your people, and we'd go ahead and register them.
Oh, really, eh? So really, yeah. I wouldn't doubt that there is some, talks between some here or there, or some. We were talking with Sandra earlier about, would they down the road, could the dispensaries become a spot for the LPs to distribute their stuff, for patients just go up and they can see the product and smell the product, and which is part of the complaint which is going on. But then the dispensaries, some of them have been here for the city for a long time, and they more likely have their well entrenched, steady suppliers who they don't want to say goodbye to.
No, that's right. Well, I think that if down the road there has to be room for both, but they have to compete on the same level that everyone else does. So as soon as they have to do that, with being held under the same criteria as everyone else and be competitive, then let them compete. But they are only one of many choices that we should be able to have. Them on a sole basis. There's room for everybody in this, and it's not about money. And unfortunately, the LIFT conference, that's the biggest thing I've noticed is, you're right, it's all business, and it's all about when you become an LP or when you start growing and selling for the government or for the system, here's your equipment to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is more business here than the past expos, for sure.
And they're selling CBD oil here in the foods. I went up to Telray and I asked them, I said, are you aware of the extraction of the CO2 in your oil? And the guy, well, you'll have to ask the other people. But yet they're going ahead producing it and giving it out to people, and they don't even know what's in it.
Yeah, and well, that's what the chief of police was complaining about yesterday. That's why they busted all the dispensaries, because they don't know what's in it. Yeah, where's the victims?
I've seen a lot of people voicing their opinions, and
it was more evident during the awards ceremony. Sitting downstairs and listening to people, I really didn't hear that many people speak out against it, because there's a lot of playing up and glitz to it, and if it wasn't for the seed sales, I think it would have a different twist on it.
We were talking when we went out for a smoke. We were talking with a gentleman. Well, we walked into a conversation with a backer. And one of them was a nice guy, and the other guy was a ditz. But they refused to talk to us on air, but they stood there for a half an hour and talked to us anyways. So, I mean, and they were very boisterous and argumentative to their point.
Yeah, exactly. That discussion was going on right down there beside the guy with the bike that has the protest sign.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I know I expected actually maybe a few more protests out front.
I to tell you the truth, I thought might be a few out there. All right, well, shall we get moving along? And
You'll be downstairs.
okay, we're all right. We're gonna move along here now.
Night, guys.
We will. Thank you. Okay, here's the portable mobile station, and let's make our way along. So I'm just being shown where I'm being shown I guess they're selling custom labeled free. Oh, they're giving away free bottles. Look at that. Humber Valley, it says by Tweed. I can tell you they got the numbers on here, 10%, but I can tell you that that's not accurate. That's just their numbers they put up there for display. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, where are we off to now, Al? We've lost
Kelly, and we've lost Kim, but we have 3 survivors still wandering. We haven't gone down this aisle.
We haven't gone down this aisle? Okay. There's a lot of aisles here. There's a company over here that they want to grow it in the sun. Do we want to talk to them? Let's go talk to them. No problem. See, there you go, people. You got to hear her. She apologized for running into us. It's just that busy in here. Okay, we're going to look for... Hey, here we go. Okay, this is a place called 7 Acres. Oh, I think this is the lady I want to speak to here. I told her I'd be back. I was talking to you earlier, I think, but I wasn't talking to you on the radio. I am now, though. You want to talk on the radio? We're live.
Sure, why not?
Okay, all right, good stuff. All right, well, you want to tell us where we are and who you are?
Sure, I don't know a lot, but this is 7 Acres, and they're owned by Supreme. They're an LP that just got their license in March. And yeah, we're in Kincardine, Ontario. Should be flowering by the summer, I think.
Yeah, now I see there's a big words here across your thing. Sun-grown cannabis.
Yeah, so we have a 7-acre greenhouse, and we use sun as much as we can to grow the medicine.
They have a greenhouse, Al.
Yes.
They have a greenhouse at 7 acres.
7 acres.
That's a big greenhouse.
In where?
Kincardine, Ontario.
I've heard of you guys. Yes, I have. I'm Al Rapp from the 420 Radio Show.
I'm sure I've heard of you guys for sure. Definitely.
I seen that you Supreme. That'd be John.
John Fowler.
John Fowler. I seen that he had tweeted out that he thought that maybe for the growers and dispensaries maybe try to work together and.
Well, of course, we never encourage breaking the law, but we do support regulating dispensaries instead of busting them. We think that they play a very important role in the industry and the community, and so.
Good. Well, it's good to that there's the support from a producer. You know.
And you guys are just growing in a greenhouse, and you're recently licensed, right?
Just March, yes, March.
Yeah. And how's it? Have you gotten your first crop off yet? No.
But again, I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know they got their license in March, and we're just waiting on the sales license now.
Okay. So right now you guys can produce, but you can't sell.
Exactly, yes. And we're using Dynafem seeds, so we're growing from seed, not from clone or anything. Starting from the beginning and picking our mothers and all that kind of stuff.
What kind of assorted strains do you have?
That I don't know exactly. I know we have 9 right now. We have a couple Kushes, some CBD strain, I think. But otherwise, I don't know that much.
One question I got, dude, because it's sun grown. I love the idea of sun grown. You know, it's better on the environment. You know, but how many harvests can you get off in a year? You can only get. I would only think you can only get one.
Here in a greenhouse.
Or two. Yeah, really. Yeah. King Carden is far enough south.
Oh yeah.
They use lights too. So we use as much sun as we can, and then also lights because you can't get enough.
There you go. So you got multiple harvests because it just didn't make sense. I think, how could you just get? You couldn't get enough. But I can see now with the lighting.
Is it a set greenhouse? Is it retractable? You don't know.
I think it's retractable, yeah, but I don't think we can have it open. Yeah.
Look it up online and get some information.
John, if you can.
Yeah.
If knows a lot about it.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay, well he's busy talking to some
I know, they're
some
always
people.
busy.
And I know John was standing over here a couple hours ago. Oh yeah, there he is right there. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for talking to me.
Oh, no problem. You know, if we can't get to talk to him, at least we got to talk to a representative.
Exactly.
Right? There you go. Okay,
Have a
all right,
great time,
super.
guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, there you go. Cannabis grown natural sunlight, Supreme's new dispensary. Okay. Found my wife. That seems to happen every once in a while, doing these things. Now, let's see. Where else we're going to go by? Dutch Passion. Yeah. Did you see him? He actually works at the store.
Oh, the Great Dane?
Yes. Yeah, I'll go see if we can find the owner of that horse. Look, there's Rose sitting in a chair. What's that? Yeah.
He doesn't know. There's no
Listen
party.
Live on the radio.
That's all I want to know.
Just want to know where the party is.
That's it.
There you go. Just wants to know where the party is. Okay. Yeah, there's been a few, hasn't there? Okay. Well, I don't. There he is. There you go. We're standing at the Dutch Passion booth at the 420 Seed Market. I believe this might be an edition of the Kingston 420. And the reason I say that is because of the Great Dane that's sitting here right in front of us. And they usually have a couple of them in the store there in Kingston when I've gone and visited the lounge. The dogs are there. I was just seeing. Well, she's not here. I don't see her. Okay, on we go. That happens. You know, there's not always people that you might recognize the booth or something, but the person that you know isn't always there. Yeah. Okay. Where are we going to go next, Al? What do you think? Where are we going to go next?
I don't know.
Well, we'll make our home, home to bed, or at least someplace where your feet don't touch the ground.
I still have to drive 4 hours.
Oh, you still got to drive home? You still got to drive home tonight? Oh, he says yes, he does. No, it's going to be a drive. It's going to be a long drive. Trimmers and stuff here. We're near the Juju joints. These are the first ones I seen that had the oil in them. Preloaded. Thought it was pretty cool. You know, you just haul on one of those all the time. Have you ever seen them around, Al?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, there's Juju Joints Canada as well. They're on Twitter.
And what are they?
They're preloaded with oil, like e-cigarettes, but they're preloaded. Now, yeah, there you go. He's got a Granddaddy Purple in his hand. Taking a look at it. It's got 69.25% THC. What are these worth? The last I can recall, retail-wise, I knew a place that was selling them for $60, and I've heard as high as $85.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty cool things. Pretty interesting. You know, nice and easy. Just grab it and use it. there's no smoke, no lighter needed. Wow. Okay.
Where are we going to go now, Al?
All right. Let's see. Shall we go across the back row, or have we been back there? Okay. It's just so big. Well, did we want to go maybe talk to Franco? Well, I think that probably won't be a problem. It's not like they don't have the big fancy booths that they did back in the day, but I can tell you we're in the right row. There's rows and aisles. Just follow the blue carpet, man. Just follow the blue carpet. All right. I was just pointing out Dana Larson's up on the stage. He's up there talking. All right. Whoa. Right behind us. They're right here to our left. Hello. Can we get a few words with you guys? We're live on the radio. Talk to this man right here. Okay, we're here at the Greenhouse Seed booth with Franco. How are you doing, Franco?
I'm doing great. It's amazing to be back to Canada.
It's been a few years since you've been here.
Yeah, last time was the last Treating Yourself show in 2013, so 3 years ago already.
A little bit different show this time around?
It's very well organized. There's a lot of people. It's very busy, so we're very happy to be here.
Good, yeah, it has been busy. That's what we've noticed. We've been bumping in. Had to get a new name tag made and everything because it's getting ripped off. So, you guys working on any new fancy strains that people should be looking for?
We have a new line of GH medical seeds with high CBD content, 1-to-1 ratio. So those are very interesting from a medical perspective, of course. Our new auto-flowering are very exciting for Canada because they allow Canadian growers to finish their crop without any stress and without risk of the cold coming and ruining everything. So yeah, we're working hard. Our new Strain Hunter documentary with Vice is going to come out before the end of the year. We've been filming in Congo, so lots of
Yes, there is, because you guys are always putting out videos and Strain Hunter stuff and everything constantly. Yeah, well, yes. Franco, this is Al Rapp from Lifestyle Radio. We're
lots of your pictures up on my wall, brother.
Respect. That's where we're broadcasting live on now. Right now is Lifestyle Radio. Let's see. Now, as far as your booth is looking a little bit different from the first time that.
Well, our booth has been stuck in customs, and it's not going to be freed before Monday. So we had a little problem coming in with that. But our distributors are here, so the seeds are available at the expo, and the fertilizer is available, and we are here to do the marketing, the communication, and it's all good.
Exactly. Busy on Instagram?
Always.
I don't know. I don't see too many photos that don't have less than a few thousand likes.
I'm addicted.
So where do you guys go next?
I'm going to be heading back to Amsterdam and then Spain. And the next Strain Hunter projects, we have a few options open. We're going to see. The list is long of places with nice land races. It only depends on the links on the ground, how good and effective they are. So we will see.
There I go, rip my name tag off again. Hey, thanks, Al. That's like a one. Okay, let's see. As far as you guys are traveling around to all these different countries and that, are you seeing more and more places being more open to the cannabis issue?
For sure, cannabis is going forward, not only in America, but pretty much all over the world. And there are still a lot of countries in the third world which have very primitive laws and very repressive laws, but in the practice of things, in the reality of things, you can see that cannabis is more and more accepted. For sure.
Have you got any questions? You got any questions for Frank? Al's just walking along here with me. All right. Other than that, I guess was good seeing you. I'm glad that you made it back to Canada. I hope these things continue. You know, it's a little bit different than what we were used to in the past, but you know, getting the education and knowledge and that out to the people is what's important. And you know, the LIFT Expo is doing that.
Absolutely. We're glad to be here, and Canada has a bright green future ahead, I'm sure.
Yes. Okay, well, thank you very much, Franco. Bye-bye. All right, that was Franco from Greenhouse Seats. It's good to see him. We've seen him several times over when the Treating Yourself Expo was going on here. And seeing him and Arden and Olaf and them was always like, you know, a homecoming. You know, seeing everybody once again. Okay, we're going to make our way over here towards the speaker. Dana Larson is up on the stage talking. We were hoping to have an interview with him earlier with Kim, but unfortunately he was already gone from the booth and we couldn't do it. So he's up here, so we'll just listen.
So that's the point of this campaign. And we'll do it again next year if we can. I'll keep doing it until we've overgrown Canada.
Can you believe it? We did that right at the end. Now we're going to have a question and answer period here.
All right, I've answered everything you wanted to ever know about cannabis. Thanks so much for hearing me talk. And I've got my booth in the back. I'll be here all day tomorrow as well. And happy Expo, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we might be able to. All right. Well, see if we can get a... Okay. All right, we're making our way. We're going to see if we can get a few words with Dana. See if we can get a couple words. Got 2 minutes, Dana?
Got a microphone. You got two turntables and a microphone?
We could.
All right.
Unfortunately, Kim had to leave.
All right.
We didn't go back to your booth, but you had already left to come here, so we come.
Yeah, no worries. We find each other somewhere here or there.
Yes. So how's things going today?
This is a great day today. I mean, you wouldn't know that we'd had the biggest police raid on dispensaries ever in Canadian history just 2 days ago. And I've met some of the folks who got raided, and they're opening up again, and they're not going to stop, and they're actually kind of more empowered in a way, or more determined than they were before, perhaps. But today's been a wonderful day. This has been a great event. We've sold a ton of stuff, and I'm sure we're not the only ones. And I think it's interesting that how it combines LPs and dispensaries and kind of these two groups that are supposed to sort of hate each other or be at odds with each other. But ultimately, we're in the same industry, and we're two sides of the same coin, right? And so I think it's good that we can have events like this and be together and talk about our common interests.
Yes. Yeah, exactly, because there is a big mixtures of the two, which you would think would be a competing and arguing side all the time.
Yeah, well, we are competing, but, you know, we're also, I mean, like I said in my talk, you know, my vision is one that the LPs and the dispensaries all become part of something much bigger than we are right now. And that's what I like to see. But I don't like to see either group really calling for others to be shut down. I'm not against LPs. I wish there was 5,000 LPs. If there was 5,000 LPs, we'd be a lot better off, you know? If there was 5,000, we could. I'm not ever going to carry tweed cannabis in my shop. But if my current suppliers, if a good chunk of my current suppliers could become LPs and get licensed, that's the vision I want to see. So when I say there should be 5,000, that would include, not everybody should be able to qualify for a license, but if you're making a quality product, that it should be a minimum standard you have to meet, not like only a certain number that are allowed or some kind of protocols that treat cannabis like plutonium, right? And so that's the vision I want to see. But I also understand that, I mean, Canada, despite its flaws, we have the best medical marijuana program in the world because no other country has anybody growing under government contract or selling cannabis to anybody, right? So although the LP program sucks in so many ways, compared to anywhere else, except maybe, you know, Colorado or Washington that have done that, but in terms of federal governments, it's the best federal medical marijuana program in the world. There's no question you can say that because no one else has got anything even close to that, right? Even though it's terrible, I mean, that's faint praise, right? Damning with faint praise because other countries are even worse. But I mean, no other country in the world has a program where they're licensing medical marijuana growers to sell marijuana to patients who need it, and that is huge. And we shouldn't forget that, even though we still want to fight for a much better system, and even though there's a lot of flaws in the LP program, we have accomplished a lot to even have that be there.
Exactly. To your overgrowth program that you've been doing here,
Yeah, absolutely.
How's that going? I know you were arrested there.
Yeah,
a ways back, but
it's been great. I did a 16-stop tour across Canada, and at the second stop, which was in Calgary, the police arrested one of my volunteers for trafficking in seeds, and I said that can't stand, so I had them arrest me as well. They dropped the charges against our volunteer, but I'm facing a mandatory minimum sentence for trafficking in seeds. But I'm not really worried at all. It's ridiculous. I mean, they made me sign this little thing saying they have to notify you when they're doing that, right? But the thing is, it's like the last person convicted of selling cannabis seeds in Canada, like marijuana seeds, got a $500 fine. And that's to other Canadians, right? And people exporting it. I mean, Mark Emery did time in the U.S., but that was under U.S. law. And so if they want to give me a fine or a criminal record for this, I guess they can. I don't really care. I'm not really afraid of that because it's not really going to negatively affect me at all. But I'm willing to fight this to the Supreme Court if they'll hear it. I'm not going to plead guilty to anything like this, and they can take me to whatever court level they want. But, I mean, they don't know what they're doing. The whole thing is ridiculous. When they charged me, when the police arrested me, I had 5 cannabis seeds in my hand, which they took from me. And when I got out of jail the next morning and gave my possessions back, they gave me those seeds back in a bag, and I still have them. Those seeds are the only seeds they got from my hand to prove I was trafficking in marijuana. And I still got them. I was charged with trafficking in marijuana. Yeah, seeds. And so they don't, and they have seeds in our truck, but to prove those are my seeds is a bit weird. And so they actually have to sprout the seeds and grow them to prove that they're viable marijuana seeds under the law. They've got to sprout them and grow them into cannabis plants. So it's quite a bit of effort on their part to do this. And for what? There's 2 stores in Calgary that sell seeds over the counter now, and dozens more across Canada that sell it by mail order, and they're all fine. So they really went after me because it was a public spectacle, because I was pushing things, and because my nemesis in Vancouver, Pamela McCall, who called the police and called our venues in many cities, and in Calgary and Kelowna, we had to switch locations. They canceled on us, and she called the police in Calgary and other places. Most places ignored her or didn't come after me, but in Calgary, I think she shamed them enough that they were like, okay, Miss McCall, we'll go down there and see what Dana Larson's doing, and ended up having this big fiasco happen, right? But for me, I mean, I've never even been arrested for marijuana before in my life, and so... Yeah, so I feel I got some street cred now. You know, I spent the night in jail. Yeah, I spent the night in jail. I said I got the street cred now, and it's maybe my last chance to get busted. I've been trying for a long time. A lot of my friends have gone to jail, but I always managed to not, get around that. So it's kind of funny how it works out.
Okay, Dana, we're gonna let you go. I see you got people here right now.
Okay, right on.
So I'll let you go, and thank you very much for this interview.
Hey, always a pleasure. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye. There we go. Dana Larson just finished his interview. Even though we just got here at the end, we still got to talk straight to him and hear what's going on. Mandatory minimums for seats.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Where are we going?
Oh, where are we going? Yeah, where are we going? Yeah, we haven't watched. We haven't been down here. It is. We got some growing equipment and some seeds, papers. Oh, here's a fellow who probably talk again on the radio.
How's it going? Cortha Chronic in the house.
Hey, ran into you at the Global Marijuana March.
Marijuana March was fantastic. Beautiful weather. I got so stoned I didn't know where I was for a moment. I feared for my life, and then I came back to reality and realized I was having the greatest time of my life. So it was all good.
So how's the expo treating you?
I'm enjoying it, actually. I'm getting ready to pack up and leave. Been here all day. Looked around at everything. Actually, I've missed things, believe it or not. I've walked by so many different exhibitors that I've walked by them. I'm here looking at these guys now. Grass blower, actually. Some nice heady glass here.
Yes. Okay, well, we'll let you go. We got to do a battery swap here.
Thank you, Al. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you around.
We will. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. See you, Con. All right. Battery swap. We got to get some juice time. Okay. Got to find ourselves a little alleyway here.
We're gonna take a break.
Okay, we're going to take a break, folks.
Break. And we'll be back for our last segment before we go.
All right, we'll be back for our last segment. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.